people are complicated and they're individual and they're complex. So that means that their wellness is also complicated and individual and complex. And we can think about ourselves in many different ways. So we can think about our physical self, our social self, our spiritual self, our financial self, and you could go on and on and on. For educators, it's important that when you're talking with families that you start to promote the idea of just having routines of wellness, having habits of wellness, rather than looking at that huge daunting picture. And to bring it down to something very, very small, I would consider it to be 2.5 things that you have to think about. The half is important. So the first is a physical thing, so some kind of a physical activity every day. And that doesn't have to be a huge hike up a mountain, although it can be, that'd be fantastic. But a small thing like having a little bit of a dance. You can make the music yourself, or you can listen to the radio and just dance together is a really good, fun, physical activity. And then something that will also calm you, something that will help us to feel mentally soothed and calmed, might be to sit down and colour with the children, or any kind of an activity that helps us to just focus on what's here. Lots of things are out there at the moment, like wellbeing through mindfulness. So there are lots of resources out there to have a look for. And of course, you Google everything. So you can Google anything like this and you'll find lots of activities to do that are like that. And then the half in the daily wellbeing plan is gratitudes. So for me, the idea that you would have 3 things that you're thankful for every day for the whole family, and 3 different things every day, which is kind of a hard thing to think of, starts to train your brain into thinking in a more positive way, because most of the news that we see around is negative. You open the newspaper or you listen to the radio and it's negative, 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 with maybe a little bit of positive. And that sometimes can make us think that the world is mostly negative with a little bit of positive. And it's really important for wellness to be hopeful. You can't be hopeful if you think everything is negative. So we can train our brains to look for the positive by thinking about gratitude, and that 3 gratitudes every day for, they say 21 days is a good amount of time to start you off. And that starts a new habit. So a physical activity, something to keep us mentally well, and then 3 gratitudes, and you're on the path.